Hey, what's good, y'all people out there in YouTube land? I'm back with another anime review. Well, I don't know if Rwby counts as an anime or not, but we gonna call it an anime. So, this episode was called The Mirror. That's all I can really remember about the episode, was it was called Mirror, because, it was called The Merge of the Mirror or something. It was just too intense for me to even remember the title. I mean, I barely remember the title of the last one. So this was episode 11. It was pretty much like the starting point of the fall of Haven Academy. Yeah, there's a lot of backstabbing going on in Haven. A fawn is taken out. A fawn is not only he's a lead, not only he's a headmaster, he's a faunus headmaster. He was pretty high up in order to get that position. Now you're making all faunuses look bad. But from the beginning, you can tell there was as they were walking to Haven Academy, you can tell that Crow and the other people was kind of wary. The only person that wasn't really wary about it was Rwby. Rwby was the only one. Rwby and probably Nora and Ren probably did not get no suspicious feels, but everybody else has suspicious feels down to the bone. And the thing, yeah, you can see as they walking, like in the clip I'm showing right now, you can see how intense and how, they not watching nervously, they walking what you call cautionly. But they also looking around at their surroundings, seeing if anything's out of the ordinary too. So then we get into the Haven Academy building, and that's when Lionheart starts showing that, oh yeah, y'all need to be suspicious. He pretty much playing out, like he didn't say it, but it was just like playing out. Bro, you setting us up or something? Telling us why we got our weapons? We're huntsmen. Hey, a Grim could pull up at any minute. We need our weapons on us ASAP. They're pretty much like, if you really think about it, huntsmen, they're like the police. They have to have their weapons on them all the time. But yeah. Then Raven, I feel like she wanted herself to get seen, standing all the way out there in the wide open. Where if you can just, I'm pretty sure if you just walking in, you'll probably see Raven sitting, just standing up there. Come on, Raven. You wanted to be shown, so I'm not going to give her too much dirt for that. And then, there was two scenes that came up during when he cut open that portal. We're not going to, Rwby, she did give valid points on why they should help Salem, but in the end, they're not gonna listen to kids trying to combine with some kids that's going against pretty much Ozpin's, let's just say Ozpin's sister, technically, Salem. I'm pretty sure they was made at the same time. But yeah, I mean, I'm okay with Raven's plan. Like, she feels like it's a lose-lose situation. That's why she's not gonna help. But the most satisfying part was when she opened up the portal and CINDER, right out the gate, shots fired. She gave Rwby shots of fireball. And then this scene was just too pure. This scene was just too good. Oh gosh, John, I feel bad for you. I'm gonna play it right now.
Who are you again?
The levels of disrespect in that. The levels of disrespect. I don't, at that point, I didn't even feel bad for CINDER right there. That she was gonna, that what happened to her, what John did to her. John, she, oh my gosh. That was just boy, if you don't fight her back after she said that to you, that's like the epitome of somebody spitting in your cereal and saying, "Oh, you were gonna eat that." Oh, despite. But then the fight starts to break out. And I like the matchups. I already knew this was gonna be the matchup, Hazel versus Ren and Nora, but you already know Hazel's going in on the, like, he's not really going in. He's pretty much playing on the defensive. He's not really going on the offensive because he knows, hey, they're just kids. I don't need to waste all my powers on just kids. People want to focus on the Weiss and John and Cinder and Leo and Oscar's fight, but I started to pay attention to the other fights as well. Like, you already know Mercury versus Yang, pretty much we already knew it's gonna happen. Plus the opening, plus I just want to see how Yang will react when she sees Adam, the man that left her with PTSD, the man that left her with no arm, who disarmed her. It would be really nice to see Blake and Yang just go to town on Adam. Yeah, but it's like that thing, like, everybody says this. These are the predictions that everybody say. Leo might die. Leo will die in this volume, or Weiss will die in this volume, because we all know by the end of the episode, Weiss got hit by a spear by Cinder. People are still confused about what the spear is. Like, they think it's Pyrrha's spear, and then some people say, I think that's her normal spear. But I hear tons of people saying it was Pyrrha's spear. It looks like Pyrrha's spear, but we don't know how spears look really inside the world of Remnant, so we can't really say that's her spear, because we all know that almost every spear looks the same, probably. But let's just go on the hint that is Pyrrha's spear. That was pretty dope. See, I just love the savageness that Cinder brings. She brings the savageness of no one is safe. There is pretty much no safe haven. And then we get to the fight of Weiss versus, well, I mean, you know I'm bouncing around right now, but we get to the thing of Weiss versus Vernal. That fight was pretty on edge, I gotta say. Like, I mean, it was pretty much a fast-paced fight. There was nothing slow going on in that fight. The thing that kind of annoyed me was how much Weiss was trying to rely on her semblance too much. She was trying to rely on that, what you call, knight, that white knight. And I was just like, ooh, just fight. Use the glyphs, just fight. Cause I mean, calling that thing again, I don't like this. I would prefer her calling that thing either before the match start, or if she got so much of a space on her, like knocked her down, made Vernal, dazed a little bit. If she would have did that and then called it up, then I would have really preferred that way, instead of her keep on trying to spawn. I know you're going against a spring maiden, you want to use everything, but it's like kind of like that thing, like in, you ever play any MMOs or RPGs, you always try to stock up before you go against the boss. That's what she should have did. She should have knew, alright, if I'm going against any of these people that probably gonna outlead me, I should be able to call my knight. Pretty much. She should have had the knight in, like, this would have been pretty cool if she had the knight as a, miniaturized right behind her back, so when stuff break out, she can make it big and then fight. It's pretty much a fight going on now. But hey, what do I know? Then we get to the fight against I almost said Pyrrha. We get to the fight of John and Cinder. That match was pretty emotional. Everybody thought John was about to die. Even me thought John. Even I thought John was about to die. especially when they showed that slow-mo. Ooh, that slow-mo. Ooh, I was like, is Jalen about to die right now? Is he about to die by fire? Cause you know, Rwby's based on Greek mythology kinda. And I love Greek mythology, so I know pretty much everything about Greek mythology. So I was just like, oh snap, he about to burn up by the fire just like in her mythologies. But yeah. And then Rwby does that eye of her eyes. And I gotta say, the eye scene was pretty cool, but I feel like I hope the eye thing don't become what you call a trend. Cause then it'll turn into something like, ugh, man, I just hope it don't become a trend. And I hope that doesn't take out Cinder that easily, because I'm like, you gotta think about it. Cinder took out Ozpin. So it'll really suck if Rwby takes her out just by just an eye. I know people want Rwby to succeed, but I feel like I want her to play it out. I don't want her to kill Cinder or eliminate Cinder. I feel like Cinder will have a redemption by probably the 7th volume. Probably, but in between the 6th volume, she's probably gonna have a redemption. So all these characters can still be redeemed to go against Salem. Yeah, and then another match. Was there another match? Yeah, Leo versus Ozpin. I saved this one for last because it was a lot of stuff that went on in this fight. Cause we all know nothing went down inside Rwby versus Emerald. Emerald pretty much gave her one shot to the head and she was out like a light. But Leo and Oscar definitely was pretty melee, even though Lionheart really didn't fight back. All he did was try to block the whole time and was getting destroyed. But yeah, this is what I was talking about. Leo is just a coward. He lost. He pretty much got destroyed by Oscar. Man, I get those two confused because they both got O's in their names. But how can you let a kid that just start fighting go against a headmaster and destroy him like that? I mean, look at that. He destroyed him. I mean, he didn't even want to fight back because he was so afraid that it was Ozpin. I'm like, just at least try. Like, he trying to block, but I'm like, at least try to fire back. You're already in enough trouble as it is. That's why Leo's probably gonna die. If he doesn't die, that means Salem needs him to destroy all the other towers. Which, I mean, I feel like, yeah, now it's just pretty much like, the fall of Haven's gonna happen. Nothing's not gonna stop it. If Atlas is not helping nobody no more because they're worried about their own scandals going on between the ranks. So, in conclusion, that's where we leave off. I give the episode an 8 out of 10. And hey, it's a good episode. I can't wait till episode 12, and we're gonna see a lot more to come. I can't wait, and I hope y'all be there with me. I'm not gonna promise that it's gonna be another review like this next week, because I said that about My Hero Academia, and it took me 3 months to make that one. So, hey, I'll post it if I can. Ready, set, peace.